this is like my fourth, fifth NFL shot. Every time something always happens that, limits my performance. So I was sitting back. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give it my all, and if it doesn't work, then I'm prepared to, be done with football. I didn't know what I was gonna do.
So you're a philosopher?
Yes. Specifically, I was just prepared to be done, just to, because, it was starting to kill me. It was starting to depress me, stress me out. Man, I was just like, it was killing my spirit. I just wasn't eating anymore. Because I'm actually dedicated to the sport. So, like, ever since I've made my transition over to MMA, I literally have not left.
Roll VTR, 60 seconds live.
Stand by. Loading 1, 2, and effects 2.
Stepping out now, we're live at 60.
Broussard trying to stagger free. Meanwhile, it's played along to him. Centering pass flagged down by Green. Played into traffic zone. Starting back up with it now is Martinez in a 3-on-2. Clifford gave it across. It's held in a shot. Safe. Rebound.
30 seconds left.
Bases loaded. 2 out. Hard hit into right. Back at the wall. Tie game.
What it's all about, Usain Bolt. 2 meters clear. 3 meters clear. 5 meters clear. And away he goes. He's up 2 meters on his race.
In 3, 2.
Hello, everyone. This is your host, Sean Harris, and welcome to the Scoop Talk Show. Joining me at this time right now is a very special guest of mine. No need for introduction. He was a former standout football player. Now he has turned over to MMA fighting. And congratulations to this young man for doing what he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Artwuan Steele. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh yeah, man. We go a little ways back. You was living in Kalamazoo for a minute, and I see that you now moved on down to Texas.
Sir.
And you're doing big things down there. So, what I want to know and what the listening audience want to know is, I remember when we talked, you was once out playing football.
Yeah.
So, you tried out for several teams, and I've been keeping up with you on social media, even help a team win a championship.
Yes, sir. The Kalamazoo Titans.
Yeah.
Minor league team.
Okay, yeah. So, with all that being said and with everything's happening with you now, is that how did you get into MMA fighting when, for a long time you was pursuing your football career?
Well, towards the end of my football dream journey, really, I had pulled both of my hamstrings. Like I was having a good training camp and everything, getting ready for my workout with the Cleveland Browns and the 49ers. And years previously, I had always ran into some type of hurdle that just came out of nowhere, and I've always had to fight through, be persistent and fight through adversity at the last second, right before my workouts. So, man, at this one, man, I just was I was open to it. I was just this is like my fourth, fifth NFL shot. Every time something always happens that, limits my performance. So I was sitting back. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give it my all, and if it doesn't work, then I'm prepared to, be done with football. I didn't know what I was gonna do specifically. I was just prepared to be done, just to, because it was starting to kill me. It was starting to depress me, stress me out. Man, I was just it was killing my spirit. I just wasn't me anymore. So, man, I sat back after I had did the workout. I pulled both of my hamstrings right before, so I didn't run as well as I wanted to run. So I sat back for 3-4 months, and then I was just like, man, you know what? I was cool at first. I was resting my body, recovering a lot just from all the bumps and bruises. And then I got my energy back a little bit. I wanted to do something with myself, and I was like, what can I do, possibly, with myself in general, whether it be like a skill outside of, fine motor skill or growth motor skill. What can I do, to make something out of myself and to be able to break through the entertainment and sports and entertainment industry. So,
yeah, I got you on that. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's grueling thing, and I'm glad you overcome those injuries. To find yourself in a better position in a better realm of things in a different sport. You know what I mean? Because when you talk about MMA fighting, man, mixed martial arts, it's can be brutal. I've seen some of those matches at the UFCs and everything like that where it could be very, very brutal. I've seen people get seriously hurt.
About every fight somebody gets hurt. Literally, whether you know it or not, whether it's a broken foot from kicking so hard or, usually that's what it is, a broken ankle, broken foot. That's about the least you come out with in a fight.
Okay.
Or at least a fracture.
Right. So, I mean, give us an in-depth, look at your life in the MMA sport. How do an athlete like yourself who transitioned from one sport to another sport and trying to get used to that sport, what is the workout pretty much the same like when you did in football, or is totally different like a boxer would do?
Totally different. Yeah, it's totally different. It's even like, not no disrespect to the sport of boxing, but like it's even on another level of boxing because like I can sit there, just through MMA training, I can sit there and box you probably for like 50 minutes to hour straight, you know what I'm saying? In one single round, I could do a 50 minutes to an hour round boxing just because of the Muay Thai training, the kickboxing, because you got to learn how to kickbox, so you do Muay Thai. That's using your whole entire body. That's knees, elbows, kicks, punches. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you working your defense. So it's constant movement, constant awareness, constant alertness with the kickboxing, and then you add in the wrestling. That's a whole different animal. That's pure cardio. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as the whistle goes, you working your heart rate. So if you ain't got a good, strong heart, you know what I'm saying, and ready to, like your heart, your heart got to be ready to recover rapidly. Like if I fight somebody and we we tussle, and I take you down and we tussling for 30 to 40 seconds, and then we get up, and then that moment that we get up and I get, we split apart and we figuring each other out again, that's the little rest that you get. You know what I'm saying? That's a little breather you get. Otherwise, you got to be ready to go. And most people in society haven't had to fight off their backs or just fight after you had to wrestle highly skilled wrestler as your just like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to get up and you have to strike again or you have to kick again. Like it's just that first round is just like, whoa! I just ran like 10 miles.
Right.
So it's a lot different from football. I actually bought a couple of my football friends who was like, I would do this and I would do that and da-da-da. I bought them to the gym. And, those guys didn't last like over 5 minutes of, Muay Thai just because of the heart rate. You know what I'm saying? Just because of work rate. They like, I can't protect myself because I want to, it's hard to even hold your arms up. And then on top of that, when you throw in the wrestling, it's just different, man. In football, we get like 30 to 40 seconds between each play. Even if they're in a hurry up, the ref got to set the ball. And, you know what I'm saying? It's still a 15 to 20 second rest and recovery rate, And, MMA, you just don't get that. Plus, you got somebody coming at you, full tilt. You never know. And it's a one-on-one sport. So even if, in football, if I have one bad play, my linebacker or my safety or my corner or somebody can do. I got 10 other people to cover my ass. I mean, cover my butt. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you all right. You all right. This is internet radio, baby. You all right.
Okay.
You can say what you want.
Okay, but so in football you have people to cover you. In this, literally, hey, I gotta run. If I don't get up and run tonight, that's on me. Like I'm gonna feel that next Friday in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feel that extra little grogginess, or if I have to go to the third period, you know what I'm saying? It's called proper preparation. If I ain't properly prepared, I'm going to feel that. Like, nobody else can go hard for me in this sport. And that's the biggest difference. Like, you can't miss a day. You got to think, like I say, on a everyday basis, you got to think about every single little thing that you eat, especially in training. If I got to cut down to 160, I was like 190 when I started, my weight cut like a month ago. And, it's just like every single day, just literally thinking about, all right, what am I going to eat? And then transition into, I'm only eating one time a day. And, it got to be in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Just monitoring your nutrition, taking your vitamins, just making sure you get the proper water intake so that you can lose the proper weight in the proper time. And dieting, man, dieting a big part too. Like, you got to be eating something healthy. Like, you can't just be eating anything like McDonald's or a McDonald's salad or anything and expect, like, your body to respond. So, man, it's literally like, man, you got to check every single box. And I'm like, this pulls way more out of me than football ever did. Like, football, like, I was so comfortable because I knew how to play, but like, it's a dangerous game and it just keep you on your toes. And I think I'm just one of those people that kind of like that feeling, like, okay, I like this constant challenge. And like I say, it's a constant, like, it's tedious. Like, you got to track every little detail of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything matters. Like, even now, like, we're building up for next year when I switch into 5-minute rounds and things like that. So it's just like, it's a constant build up. And then, you get to a championship level. Now you're going 5-minute rounds. Starting off, I'm doing 3-minute rounds. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant builder. It's so many goals that I'm looking at right now. Like, all right, I got to get here, and then I got to complete this first, then I got to move on to the next thing and complete that. It's like a real journey. It's crazy. In football, like I said, it's just, I love the game of football. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like you got 10 other people, and they can pick up the slack for you. So that's why somebody like me probably didn't get picked up, or because it's hard to see, you know what I'm saying? You got you got a lot of people out there. It's just hard to see through. And in fighting, whether I was doing kickboxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, whatever, like, I can have 10 people around me losing, but if I can continue to win, it doesn't matter. It doesn't stop my progress or my success. You know what I'm saying? Or it doesn't stop someone from looking over here like, okay, well, that gym, they had 10 guys lose, but they got this one guy, he's 10-0. Like, I still get to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you because, just listening to what you're saying, and my audience is also going to be, taking this in as well as they listening to it as well. MMA fighting is not as easy to get into like people think it is.
Yeah, definitely.
And it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of determination because I knew from when we first met, some years back, when you was doing football, man, you was hungry. You was hungry, and we see each other all the time going into the stores or whatever. We meet up on the streets or whatever. You was hungry, brother. You was like, man, I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get in what I fit in. You know what I'm saying? The survival of the fittest. I remember that's what you used to say to me all the time.
Yes, sir. And that was my mindset. It was just like, I don't know, my mindset was it was crazy. It was like, man, I just knew I deserved that football badge. I just felt like I deserved it. I felt like, man, I was in this game since I was 5. I gave it my all. You know what I'm saying? I always left it on the field. Just me, if the game of football could have a say, you know what I'm saying, and she chose, like, who she wanted, like, the real gladiators, like, instead of, like, like how the NFL was back in the day when they didn't really care about the 40s. They literally was like, hey,
right.
I see you with my eyes.
Right.
Yeah, you small, Rondé Barber, but I see that you know what's going on. I see you know to play before. Some people just born with a gift. You know what I'm saying? Some people born with that football gift where it's like, yeah, that dude's big and fast and he got the best beach body, but it's like that guy over there, he's 5'10". He make the tackle every time. He got the perfect tackling form. He knows every single coverage. He knows where everybody on the field is supposed to be. And he knows where the ball, he got a knack for knowing where the ball is going to be. Like, it was just like magic when I get on that field. I knew like, man, like you can ask anybody, that I talked to right before the game. They could be like, we could be getting in the zone. I'm just like, you gotta I used to tell other people too, like, man, maybe they didn't understand, but I used to be like, yo, you gotta grind, you gotta get prepared. But then, like, it's a certain magic that we all got on the field. You know what I'm saying? Mine's just catching picks and knowing, like, the plays was beforehand. Some people can know when they make the big hits or something like that. Everybody got a little magic to them, and I just be like, that's having faith in your abilities. You know what I'm saying? And just letting it come out. It's like, I tell them all the time, like, it's like Steph Curry shoot the 3. It's, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, when we watching that game, we watch magic come out. We just get the dazzling.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. For those of y'all who are just tuning in once again, I'm your host, Sean Harris, right here on the Scoop Talk Show, and we're with my very special guest, Artwuan Steele, MMA fighter, former football player, and we're discussing everything about his career from the transitioning of football into MMA and what is the difference of the two in his preparation and the things that you have to go through as an MMA fighter. So y'all continue on listening because this is a great topic and a great conversation that we're having because there's a lot of things that you can learn out of this sport that you never learned before, and you're listening to it right here firsthand from my main man, Artwuan Steele, and he's doing it in MMA. So, Artwuan, I want to kind of like shift gears a little bit. Now we're going to talk about what you're doing now with the MMA fighting, and do you see yourself in having a career, longevity career in this sport?
To answer that last question, I do see myself having longevity in this sport in a nice career because I'm actually dedicated to the sport. So like ever since I've made my transition over to MMA, I literally have not left the gym. Like that's one thing. Like I'm not no person that's just going there to get a workout in and keep the sweat. Like I'm going at this fully. You know what I'm saying? I fully revitalized myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and everything from football. And I just feel like this is what I should have been doing all of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is what I should have been doing all my life. Like when I came in the gym, it was natural from like the first day. You know, they telling me like, yeah, you shouldn't spar for 6 months or stuff like that. And I was like sparring with undefeated fighters already, amateur and pros. And, I got my butt whooped at first, but it was the fact that I could take the beating and I wasn't laying down and, I was just getting, I look at the clock like I got a minute 30 left and I'm completely dead. I can't throw another punch. My body's dead. You know what I'm saying? This dude's just wailing on me and kicking me. And I survived. I survived and I had coaches come up. I felt like, dang, got my butt kicked. And I had coaches come up to me. They was like, they like, man, just the fact that kid didn't drop you, like this is your first and second week here, like that speaks volumes. Like you might be built for this, And then I got a confidence within myself that was just always like, man, once you get your cardio up, then let's really take a true assessment. And so I had started working out. I seen like, okay, if I was playing football, I'd be like, yo, I'm slow. Let me go to Michael Johnson and work with my speed. For instance. That's how I addressed it. So I was like, yo, my cardio's bad in here. Let me adjust my cardio to a fighter's cardio. So I started going after my fighter's cardio. And, I got the true assessment of myself that, hey, I could be unstoppable too, And then the fact that a lot of people don't know as well, but I wrestled my first year in college. So that's a big part of it. It's not like I just, literally walked into the gym one day and it just naturally all came to me. Like I have a high level of, I'm basically like a black belt in wrestling. If you would.
Yeah, no doubt, baby, no doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've been following you on social media, watching what you're doing, listening to what you got going on. Let the people know, where are you training out of?
I'm training out of Moeller MMA. Down here in Dallas, Texas. It's one of the top jiu-jitsu academies down here in the city of Dallas and in the state of Texas. We have multiple world champion jiu-jitsu practitioners. We have multiple national champion, state champion jiu-jitsu practitioners, as well as far as like we got from 6, 7 years old, 13, 15, 16, 17 years old, all the way up to 40-year-olds.
That
like,
young?
Yes, my gym is stacked. Like I'm not the only guy at my gym. Like I'm not a star. And that's the best part of my gym. It's so humbling because there's so many people in there. Like I'm one of the few fighters at my gym. My gym is just now starting back up with the fighters. They had a couple guys in the UFC and Bellator back in the day. Then they really focus on jiu-jitsu because it's a high-level jiu-jitsu gym. And like I said, I'm rolling on the daily. I'm rolling with black belts and purple belts, and black belts, purple belts, and brown belts. You know what I'm saying? And then just the fact that I wrestle, that qualifies me to be able to hang with those guys, not just because I wrestle with. I don't know what wrestling teaches us. It's basically like jiu-jitsu. Wrestling is jiu-jitsu's brother.
Right.
Wrestling is like jiu-jitsu's tough brother. Like it's hard nosed. Go ahead, brother. And jiu-jitsu is like that smart brother who's like, all right, hey, You know, I don't go out and mess with people, but I know how to defend myself. You know, that's what jiu-jitsu is.
You're right. You're right about that. Yeah, exactly. Because I study martial arts myself, so I exactly know what you're talking about. So you know what I'm saying. And man, you know, I mean, it's great that you know what I'm saying. You done found what you got going on. You know what I'm saying, and you doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying. And not too many people can say, you know, in that type of way.
Most
What
definitely.
I tell people all the time is that sometimes you might want to go in this direction, but the road only can go so far for you until it says dead end. Now you got to take another route. You know, you always got to find some different stuff. I mean, just like me with my career, man. I mean, you know, I did the same thing, and now I'm doing what I'm doing today. You feel me? So, and I'm proud of you for what you're doing today.
Appreciate it, man.
And like I said, I see the marvelous work you got going on. I see the dedication that you have going on. And I see that, you know what I'm saying, you have that determination that you always had since day one we met, that you're not going to stop until it's time to stop.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I feel like if you got a purpose, man, it's like it's just like, you know, it's just like a business. I'm a small business right now. You know, eventually I want to be like a corporation, like a Antonio Brown or LeBron James. You know, I want to be like a corporation eventually. But, you know, now, hey, I'm going to start off small business. You know, I'm ready. I'm willing to put all the work in. And really, it's just about, you know, like I said, if you know that you're a business, you got to have a mission statement. You got to have a belief, and you got to have a purpose. You know, and like I say, outside of that, you got to just be passionate. You know, a lot of people in America, like a lot of my young people, you just aren't passionate enough. You know, and that's what I think that's what separates me from a lot of people my age. And there's a lot of people that are passionate. You know, shout out to us. You know, the people that just, you know, that don't give up. That and passion is just putting your love into it. I don't care if you're a school teacher right now, and you know the fact that you actually go home and draw out your lesson plans and stress about your job, and you know actually stress about what you're gonna teach these kids, and teaching each kid individually, knowing like, hey, one kid is a little slow, but I'm not gonna just shy him away and so I can teach the kids that's up to speed. You know, that's not a good teacher. You know, you need to be able to explain it the right way. So that's putting passion into it. And, you know, like, you know, whatever you're doing, if you paving our roads for us and you actually care about having the smoothest roads, you know what I'm saying? Like, that one person right there be the difference maker. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's like a person like me. I'm just passionate, man. I got a mission statement. It's basically like, you know, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? I got my nieces, my nephews, my grandparents, you know, my mom, my sisters, you know, a lot of family, a lot of cousins, everybody, you know, just that I want to be able to either help out, whether it's through just the spiritual connection of like, man, look at him, he made something out of himself. I remember when he first started, and now look at me, I'm 40 or 30 or 20 or 18 or 15 or something, and they let them know like it ain't too late. Go chase your dream. Go try to get it out the mud yourself and just create some type of, you know, in the past, you know, I had my elders who, you know, first we had my granddaddy. He made it out of slavery. You know, as far as like, we had a great granddad make it out of slavery. Then we had my great granddad. He made it out of the fields. He was picking cotton down in Tupelo, Mississippi, and he made it up to Kalamazoo, Michigan. And then he met my grandmother up here as well, and those two they started the franchise, the Steele franchise down here, basically.
So that's pretty much how you got up this way.
Yeah, that's how I got up this way. I've been up here for like 2-3 generations, maybe 2-3 generations. But yeah, we got a Steele plantation down in Tupelo, Mississippi. It's like, you know, we kind of fresh off the plantation, man. You know, it's as far as like, you know, it hasn't been that long. It's been a little bit over 100 years. We've been fresh. We was off here.
That man, that's kind of crazy because, you know, when I met you, I was working for the local radio station WKZO here in town.
Okay.
And I remember we talked and everything. He's like, "Oh, you work for the radio?" Yeah, I work for the radio station. You know, I cover a lot of teams up here and stuff like that. And you got to tell me about yourself. And you know, I didn't know, you know, until now, you know, the deepness of who you are, where you come from, what you're all about.
Oh yeah, it's just, man, it's just like I know that, you know what I'm saying? I know that my people just came through, you know, I don't know every little detail, but I know, like, you know, I know that much that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just came out. So we in that process still of like I said, you know, my granddad, his job was to make it. His job was to make it up here, make it up to Michigan, or, you know, whatever. His job was to make it to freedom. You know what I'm saying? He did his job. And then, you know, with a lot of black families, our job is to keep going. We need to keep building. So it's like, all right, you know, we made out of slavery. Now it's time to, you know, get a job. You know, then they send the next generation. They should be going to college. And the next generation, they should be born in the burbs, you know, or a great neighborhood. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
And college should be an understatement. Like, yeah, you're going to college. Like, everybody goes to college. You know, it's just that generational success and wealth just creating that thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like along the lines, you know, a lot of stuff happened in America. You know, the crack epidemic and you know, alcohol and, you know, just, you know, the civil rights era. A lot of stuff happened that threw a lot of people off. You know, and it's just like sometimes people got misconstrued from the mission. So, you know, me with saying all that, I was brought up real poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, my people, they worked hard for what we had, but we was like real poor, man. It was like the conditions we lived in. It was poor. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad, I'm thankful that I'm here today, and I'm proud that, you know, I'm proud of my environment that made me to something positive, but we grew up poor. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, look, me, when I got to as a grown man, I look back on it like, yo, this shouldn't be like this. You know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be like this, because you got one side of the family, they successful. You know how all the black people got.
Right.
We got one side of the family real successful, then we got one side pure gangsters. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. That's how it was for me, man. Growing up in Compton, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you know it real well. So you got to see it multiply. And
oh yeah, especially with the crack epidemic. Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying?
So,
man, I mean, the way you talking, my brother, I'm gonna have to get together with you, sit down one-on-one, throw some cameras around, and we're gonna have to make a documentary about this. You know, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get together with some people that I know. You know what I'm saying, that closely got some ties with LeBron James in the NBA, and we're gonna have to try to make some things happen by getting him involved in putting it together with me.
I'm all for that.
You know,
I'm all for that. Like, just getting my story, you know, getting my story out there, and just, you know, letting people know who I am.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. And by you talking to me right now, the whole country knowing your story. I got listeners all around the world that will be tuning in, listening to your story. So you already got the ball rolling, my brother. No doubt.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate you, you know, giving me the platform to speak.
And you know what? You ain't got to thank me, because it's my duty to make that happen. If I got a platform, I got to give you an opportunity. I can't just keep it to myself, right?
I feel that. That's how it's supposed to go, you know?
You know, we gotta, you know, stay together. We gotta stick together in this, because we're trying to do some things for the youth and set the example. Because like my daddy always told me, in order for you to set the example, you must first be the example.
The example. Yep. And that's exactly what it is. It's just like, it ain't nothing you can say. It ain't nothing you can say more than, like, you know, just every day when you get up, you just living by it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, like the late great Nipsey Hussle say, like, demonstrations speak louder than words.
Right. I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like you working hard to gain your platform, to gain your own platform, you know, and even before you had your other platforms where you was still opening those doors up. You know, you got your own platform now, and you still, you know, but it seemed like the same time, and you had your own, you cared about helping people. Like, you know, this is why I'm going to get my platform so that I could be able to help people. Just like if I was the dude who was like running SXW South by Southwest, that music festival.
Yeah.
That's a platform. You know, that guy who was just like, I want to give these artists a platform. Let me give these up-and-coming artists a platform, mix them in with some top hitters. You know what I'm saying? To get these guys, you know, it's just the same thing. It's all across the board. You just doing your part. And the same thing, like me in the future, I want to be able to get some fighters. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to get some fighters coming out of my position. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing, like, hey, it's a whole different type of, just helping those other football guys that want to do this transition or something like that, or just if I see some kids in the neighborhood, you know how we got a lot of kids. We didn't grow up doing jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah,
like,
oh yeah, no doubt.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? No doubt.
If we had a discipline like that growing up, even boxing is great. You see how well that works in the inner city. But if we had jiu-jitsu growing up in the inner city, just the discipline and the time and the patience it takes with that, and actually, I feel like you're a more dangerous person and a more quality human being when you actually know how to do things. Like I see a lot of people out here shooting and fighting in the streets. They shooting because they don't know how to fight. Yep. They fighting, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes they fight because they don't shoot or something like that. But they'll fight, and then it's just like they want to fight everybody. But it's like you can't really fight. You're just angry and emotional. And
yeah, man. I mean, you're absolutely right about that, man. That's why I'm glad when I was younger, man, my mom had got me into karate early in my young life, and I studied at the dojo of Chuck Connors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The movie star. So, and he studied up under Bruce Lee. He's a protege of Bruce Lee. So, and Jim Kelly. So, I mean, and then once I got off into the martial arts and learning about the martial arts, and became skilled with it, I just said to myself, I'm a dangerous person. But people don't know that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to intentionally use it to hurt anyone. It's only to defend myself and defend those who cannot defend themselves.
Exactly. Because it's just like, it's an overstanding, it's an overstanding of the whole thing. It's like, once you reach, it's like once you reach that level, you don't really like, you just understand. I think once you reach that level and when you in the class with all type of, ordinary citizens, bankers, doctors, lawyers.
All walks of life. All walks of life.
And it's just like, when you see some of these people, and it's just like, yo, this dude will choke me out in 50 different ways in 42 seconds. And when he leaves, he puts his glasses on, and he's him. People just themselves, they're not like trying to carry that aura like, hey, I'm a fighter, I know jiu-jitsu, check me out. Like how people try to, be out here like, I got a gun, or I'm tough, I'm big, I'm bad, I'm loud. These people, I'm like, I'm like, man, just to know how many really real badasses are walking around. I'm like, yo, it's a whole different respect, because you like, yo, I could have ran into one of these people in the street, and you know what I'm saying, anything, I could have been real arrogant or something, and I'm like, dog, I could have got embarrassed.
True. That is true. That is so true, man, because, the OGs in the hood used to always tell me in Compton, don't think you the biggest, baddest dog in the yard.
Exactly.
There's somebody out there that's bigger and badder than you. And when they put you in your place, because you got to know your role on the food chain.
Exactly.
Somebody out there could be just as big, just as badder than you. And when he put you down, now you be like, I'm good at math. So, that's why I tell people all the time, I'm not the biggest, baddest guy on the block. I'm not the biggest, baddest guy in the world. But I do know how to take care of myself and those around me. And I do know how to use my brain with reasoning to let people know where my stance is. Now, if they want to go ahead and take the approach, then that's on them. But I'm not going to initiate nothing.
Exactly.
Because I know what my capabilities are. And I know what I can do. It's not about knocking you out. It's about breaking you down.
Exactly.
When I break it down to the last compound, you can't do nothing but just lay there. And hope that the paramedics come pick you up in the neighborhood that you're living in.
Exactly.
But I just want you to let the people know what your handles are so that they can follow you, get a hold of you. You know what I'm saying? See what you got going on. Let them know.
Well, I'm very active on Facebook and Instagram. I'll get a Twitter. and everything else once I'm able to hire someone to run those things for me. But yeah, man, follow me on Instagram at Steele Grinding, Steele Grinding, Grinding. Man, you can follow me on Instagram. I got a lot of workout videos. You can always come in, get some workout videos, come get some inspiration, some motivation. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. Let me know that you're rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? And just keep up on my journey, man. And just like I tell people, man, I'm just leaving all this right now. On my social media, it's just what's the word? It's just a capsule. It's a time capsule. Actually look back on things I've said, things I've done. Go look at my whole journey. Let it motivate you, man. Sometimes I look back on it and give me a tear. So definitely go check my Instagram out. Like I said, it shows my whole. It shows the ending chapter of my football career, of me moving to take my last couple days in Michigan, last couple weeks in Michigan, to my first couple days in Dallas. Over my time, I grind in Dallas, my transition to MMA. With the NFL workout, to my transition to MMA, to like now, to the moment now. So like I said, go follow me, you know what I'm saying? Come, get up to date with me. And like I say, if you guys ever want to speak, anybody want to, reach out, get some sponsorships going, anything like that, like I say, Instagram, Steele Grinding, Steele Grinding. And then on Facebook, you can always follow me or add me as a friend. I'm not saying I can get to your Facebook request, because Facebook is more volume for me right now. And but you follow me on there, Artwuan Steele, Artwuan, and Steele, Steele. Like I say, I always, try to post some funny things, but I'm always trying to keep guys up to date. Let them know I'm training. Just keep a nice professional image, and let you guys know that, like, you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Through me, if you need somebody that that can give you a little motivation, or some belief or anything like that. Like if you look for a motivational person, I'm not no famous motivational person, but like I say, you can look at my life and just look at, like, man, my overcomings. You know what I'm saying? All my shortfalls. You know what I'm saying? All of my defeats. You know what I'm saying? You can see all that, and you can see all the times that I bounced back. You know what I'm saying? And all the times that I say, hey, man, I'm not gonna let this knock me, and just having that confidence and persevering. You know what I'm saying? I just want more people out there. I've been depressed. My granddad died in my arms, 2013, in the middle of my football journey. A lot of stuff have happened to me over time, and me just trying to get to the league, and I just ran over a lot of stuff, and my emotions and everything. It kind of, I didn't know. You never know when you hurt, and you depressed and stuff like that, and I just kept going, kept focused on the game and stuff like that, and I just. Like I said, man, I had a lot of ups and downs, man, and I feel like, a lot of other people going through these same things, or go through these things, and, you can look at somebody who just, like I said, they persevered. I stayed tough, like my last name, Steele. I stayed strong like Steele. I ain't bend, I ain't fold.
See y'all out there that's listening. See, I just threw my papers up in there. This is an inspirational, motivational testimony, and for those of you out there that is listening to this right now, you need to get up on it. Contact him any way that you can. Let him know that you need some help, and he'll help you. He's been there. He's done it. And now look at my man today. Y'all got me spinning in my chair. Oh, my God.
Most definitely, man. And like I say, man, you can... I'm not that hyping myself up, but like, I just breathe life, man. I just try to breathe life into people, brother. It's a lot of friends out here. We got a lot of friends out here going through ups and downs, man. I just try to be, like you said, I try to be that example that I want to see. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of friends going through ups and downs, that just need that talking to. Like, sometimes I be needing somebody to talk to me, and I don't have that person, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna always speak up hey, you gonna listen to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak that. I'm gonna speak my piece and let you know, like, yo, bro. And I seen the change in my friends and my relatives and just people around me, like, when they actually, listen and heard me out, and just like, hey, let's go on this journey together. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when we go on the journey together, we can speak about it. Like, we can congregate sometimes. We can, like I say, it's always good to talk about our overcoming. Like, yo, I thought I was in the dark, and then, this happened or that happened. I just kept the faith, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, that empowers us. And we can create like a community or a circle of that, you know what I'm saying? That's going to empower us even more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a network of just people just overcoming, just reaching these things and just continually, you know, going instead of like, you know, the negativity spewed in there once in a while and, you know, that weakness. We just need to exemplify strength.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, my brother, right now. You got my number. You got my email. Whenever you want to talk, you give me a call.
Most definitely.
And whenever I feel down the low, I'm gonna give you a call.
Most definitely, brother. Anytime, man.
And we gonna chop it up, and we gonna, you know, talk about some things, make ourselves feel good once again about ourselves, about life, because life is too short to be depressed about anything.
Exactly.
We gotta keep pushing. We gotta keep striving. We gotta keep believing in ourselves. We gotta keep doing a lot of things that we have to do. Yeah, like I tell people all the time, life 101 ain't no joke.
Yeah, it's not.
That
People
is the
say they
best
come from the
lesson
school
you
of hard
can ever
knocks.
get in your life.
Yeah.
Is by going through the experiences of your life. Because without it, it will not make you a better person. It will not change you to be the person you need to become. It will not mature you mentally and visually the way the world is today. Because once we grow up, we're grown for the rest of our lives. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's real talk, baby. That's real talk. And for those of y'all listening to us right now, we are speaking to you right now, real talk. For those of you that's listening to this interview right now, and you're going through something, you better take some notes, people, because that's what's happening.
Yes, sir. And I think the most important part of everything, like, you know, if you can't, I feel like if you can't muster up any type of, you know, analogies like me and Sean here, you know, we got a lot of knowledge in our mind, and we can, you know, it's a lot of different ways to pick ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know, from just being raised by the good people, you know, and they just put that confidence in you where you keep telling yourself different things in different ways. But I would say, man, never forget where you came from. I told you guys where I came from. You know, like, I didn't come from Kalamazoo, Michigan, Church Street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's where I lived at. You know what I'm saying? I came from, as far as I know, I come from Tupelo, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? I come from two slaves, you know what I'm saying, that was forced to be together. And, you know what I'm saying, the rest is history. The rest is, you know what I'm saying, the rest is history. You know, he started a chain reaction. My great-great-granddad, my great-great-grandma, they started a chain reaction, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I remember where I come from. So that's what keep me grounded on a daily basis. That's what keep me, you know, these days I'm sore and I'm like, Sean, I don't want to go work out. And, you know, I done had 10 different things happen. You know, I may have a tire explode. Just today, I had a tire explode right before I went to the gym. I text my girl like, hey, man, we got a freaking slow leak. And fixing that tire, it took 30, 40 minutes, but my back hurt, my hands dirty, my hands hurt. You know, and it was just like, that was all the reason not to go to the gym after I'm already sore. But it was just like, just giving a little peek into that thought of where I come from. Like, yo, we got so much farther to go. I can't be that one weak link because you're only strong as your weakest link. And, you know, I'm thinking about in 100 years when Artwuan Steele the second, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, maybe a nephew, a little cousin, or potentially my kid. You know what I'm saying? When they like, all right, I want to take the family even further and get us up there so, you know, eventually we got a president or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. You
so
know,
that's what I'm doing it for, man.
Because your book has been written.
Yeah,
It's about now the generations to come that you got to set the example for.
Exactly. Because there's some families out here, it's just like prison is not a normal thing to them. Like, there's a lot of black families out here, prison is not a normal thing. Like, hey, we all got that one cousin who went to prison. Like, you know, it's a lot of people out here, you know, it's a lot of propaganda too, but it's a lot of, you know, people say, oh, they're going against black people. But there's some black families out there, they keep their nose clean. It's just that everybody's solid, you know, and that's possible.
Right.
It's you know, that it doesn't get put on the forefront a lot, but, you know, that's possible. You know, it's just possible. It can happen.
Oh man, anything's possible once you get the ball in motion. Anything is possible. You know, I tell people all the time, there's no such thing as impossible.
Yeah, you just want to start an avalanche of success.
So It's just, people just have to find themselves in 2019.
Yes, sir. We only got we only got 4 months left, man.
There you go.
We got 3 months left, and you gotta find yourself, man.
And make it so crazy about it, I'm scared of that too, brother.
Yeah.
Because I'll be 50. I'm coming up on half a century, baby, of living in this world, and I've seen things, man, since the 1960s, from the time I was born, with civil rights, assassinations, Black Panthers breaking up by the government, J. Edgar Hoover, off into disco, on to the Reagan shutting down the communists of the USSR, which is now we call Russia now officially. I've seen a lot of stuff, man. I've seen a lot of stuff, but I'm glad that I'm alive and able to see a lot of good things that our younger generations are doing.
Definitely.
And to see. Go ahead. Yep.
I was gonna say, and I always wondered, like, I always asked my elders, 50 and older, like how are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Because we hear all the time, like how bad we're doing, and you know what I'm saying. We never hear about how good we're doing, or we just want to hear, like, let us know, like, don't have us. We know sometimes you tell us, hey, we doing bad, so we can work that much harder and we do more good than bad. But I just want to know, like, from the timeline you've seen, like, yeah, it's a lot of killing, it's a lot of bad stuff going on, but like it's a lot of good going on too. And I just want to know from your eyes, like, are we headed in a good direction? Like, do we have control of our future?
I mean, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? The new generations that is came into the world, man. Y'all doing phenomenal things, especially with technology. Technology has advanced so much. People are doing so much now with that, and as well as the passion that you have of continuing on with following your dreams and, not giving up, not losing hope. I see that a lot. And I try to, inspire and keep the generations inspired by giving them knowledge of what I know. To stay in that path, to stay where they're going, because for me, man, it's it was a long journey for me in this business. I had nobody to teach me this business. I had nobody to show me the way of this business, and I had to learn by who? The younger generation. Oh, this is how you create this page. This is how you set up this website. This is how you do this on social media. Really? That's all it is? Yeah.
Two clicks.
I put it this way. The first time I saw a computer in my friend's house on the block, I thought his daddy worked for the government. Computers wasn't in the house, but now you got them today.
That's funny right there.
There was no such thing as 24-hour TV. Once 12 o'clock hit, and you saw the American flag on the screen, and they played the national anthem saying good night, that was it till 6 o'clock in the morning till TV turned back on again.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's programming right there.
Yes. See, a lot of these things back when I was coming up, man, it didn't exist. And just imagine people in your family who are much older than me, and those that are that's about that age around the world is looking at life today being 100, 90, 80, 70 years old.
Yeah, my grandma actually is 102.
Oh, man, congratulations to her. Congratulations to her.
Right. We'll give her a little applause real quick. Yeah.
For those of y'all who just tuning in, you're listening to the Scoop Talk Show with me, Sean Harris, on the phone right now, in the flesh, My man Artwuan Steele, MMA fighter, former football player, and we kicking knowledge.
What's good, listeners?
We kicking knowledge. This segment of the show is brought to you by Keizu Coney, located on Western Michigan campus. Go see the guys down there, they'll hook you up. Keizu Coney, home away from home.
Oh yeah, and shout out, I want to give a special shout out to Keizu Coney as well. They gave one of my best friends a space, Harris Wholesome Juice Bar. My boy Isaiah Harris.
Yeah.
They gave him a space inside of their restaurant to sell his organic smoothies.
Oh
and
yeah.
He's a young black entrepreneur. He's a Q dog as well. Born and raised in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Graduated from Western Michigan. He just, like I say, man, just entrepreneur. He got a, bright future. He got a big plans. He want to help the city and revitalize things and, just try to fill in where he can, wherever he can. We want to help these cities, we want to help these kids out in the future. But yeah, definitely want to shout out to Coney, man. Thanks for giving my guy that opportunity to, reach that next level in his life and help, be able to help our community out one day.
Oh yeah, no doubt, because Keizu Coney became one of my sponsors since I started this show out here, and they've been very supportive of everything in the community, and I also too want to thank them for that as well. You know what I'm saying? So you know what, man? I know you are busy. I know you got some things to do. It's a Saturday night. You want to spend time with your girl and settle in and get yourself together. So. You know what I'm saying? It's been a pleasure and an honor and a privilege to speak with you, do this interview with you, to let the listening audience know who you are, what you all about, what you got going on. And, man, we got to do this again. I know you got your upcoming fight coming up. And we going to stay in contact with each other so that, we can bring it back on the air, let the people know that what you got going on so they can continue on following you and everything that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Like I say, man, we can treat this just like, if they don't follow me on social media, but they follow you, they can always, get my scoop through you. So, definitely every couple of fights, we can definitely, link back up. We can sit down in person. You come out here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy this beautiful city with me. We can link in person. We can sit down and do an interview and, include some more people if you want to around my team. We can talk about the journey, the journey thus far. And, just keep the people up to date, let them know, like, hey, this is one person who, it's materializing for him. Just don't give up. It's, things can materialize. We don't just, it's just gonna materialize. We ain't gotta sit back and just, keep getting our hopes up.
Oh, no doubt, because I'm definitely gonna be coming down there to see you. You know what I'm saying? When I come down there to get opportunity to cover some games in baseball, basketball, football, whatever the case may be. So yeah, when I'm in town, I'm definitely gonna let you know I'm in town, you know what I'm saying? And that, we can take on the town, we can hang out, we can do whatever we want to do, you know what I'm saying? And just have a good time. Just have a good time. It's not going to be on business. It's going to be on pleasure because that's what it's all about. All right, my brother, you stay smooth and keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I would like to thank my guest today, Artwuan Steele, MMA fighter. Thanks a lot for coming on to the show and speaking with us today. And I also would like to thank my sponsor, Keizu Coney, which is located at Western Michigan's campus at the Bernhardt Center. Whether you're in town or whether you're coming to town, go check them out. Great food, great service, Keizu Coney, home away from home. And I also would like to thank you, the listener, for tuning in today to the Scoop Talk Show, because without you, the Scoop Talk Show would not be possible. I'm out of here like the breeze to the trees, and when I'm gone, I'm taking all of these. Peace, take care of one another. See you next time.